Hi there viewers, we're in the garden today because it's such a beautiful sunny day, and I thought I'd do a little bit more on this time switch. What I have done off camera is I've put the balance wheel bits and pieces back together because it's just so fiddly, as you could probably appreciate. It does appear to be working. It's sort of loose. I'm not 100% happy with it, but I think it's going to be as loose as it can get. I'll put the spring drum back in. This is now as loose as it can be. You can feel the spring catching on there, and when you let go, it got some power in there. So I'll put this clip, a funny sort of clip, back on. This is incredibly difficult to get back on, certainly with the tools I've got, which isn't many. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a go at putting some of these cogs back in now, and try and work out where some of these go. I think we'll start off with this one. I have cleaned them up. They're not perfect, as you can see there. So we'll put them back in and see how they go. What I have done initially is put them all back in where I think they go, giving them, made sure they're nice and loose in there, which some of them are. We'll just go from there really, and just try and put stuff back together and see how we go. Well, there's the first two in. It's so much better working outside as well because of having the sunlight to work in instead of artificial lighting. I don't know if you can see that. Yes, you can. Okay. One more cog here. And this one is the main one, what seems to drive the escapement wheel arrangement. So I'll try and get that back in as best as we can. This has been a bit fiddly. So very close to I might have to take this off to actually put that back in. I've not cleaned these up perfectly. Couldn't really see the point, considering this. Chances are this probably won't work. You know, I'm still a bit worried on that escapement wheel arrangement. I think it's a bit too tight still for it to run properly, but you never know. Oh, so close. I've got to keep an eye on the back of this camera because for some stupid reason, after 8 minutes of recording, it switches itself off, which of course is very, very helpful not. So here you are talking to yourself and the blooming camera's not even recording. Right, it looks like I may have to unscrew this. Okay. Oh, camera's falling all over the place now. Right, I've loosened this off. Let's try and get that in there this time. With it being that little bit looser, it might help. Oh, look at that. Straight in there. Okay, that's that in there. The other cogs just fell out. Looking pretty good so far. I'm not too sure why I bought this one out, because if I remember rightly it goes on the next level. However, I do believe this went on here somehow. Can't remember which way it went. I'm pretty sure this way is correct because it's got this ratchet sort of arrangement here, so we'll drop that down on there. Get the screwdriver again and just pull the little ratchet out. There we go. And then on top of that, and this spring went on there somehow. I believe it went on like that, if I remember rightly. And you got this washer and C-clip that goes on the top. Push that in with a screwdriver. There we go. In. There we have it. Some of it's back together. That's now got a little ratchet thing on there, whatever that did. Can't remember. So we're looking pretty good. Okay, let's see if we can grab the top and let's see if we can start assembling. Okay, so I've got the next piece here. This is part of the day emit wheel. These are now oiled. I've got these little posts here that unscrew. Now that'll be used for hopefully holding this part on. So let's give it a go and see if we can get this thing back together. I wonder if this went on afterwards originally. few parts moving out of place here. Come on, just a little bit more. I think it would be easier to take that clip off. I should have done that in the first place. Just got to try and line everything up. There are various little holes and everything. This doesn't seem right somehow. Various bits and pieces are going. I think we there, are we? Looks like it. This is a little bit unhappy, but that's because it's not fitted in at the top here. Okay. So for the minute, I'm just going to guess that these go in here. That's one. I believe the second one goes in here. There we go. Still needs to be screwed down though. Naughty Mr. Cog. I've always got one escapee. That seemed quite tight in there. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Let's put you back. I can see myself later on today is reviewing the video what I put online already and seeing exactly where everything goes. Damn it, another escapee. It's always so difficult to get things back in place, especially cogs. Okay. Good morning, viewers. Back to the Sangamo Weston S359.1.31E Time switch. Sorry about that, the video cut out the other day. This is now a different day. What I've done is I've took off the switching stuff here. And I'll put this plate on just to purely see if I could get this to run. This is the bare minimum sort of for the clockwork side of it to run. As you can see, it's all together there. Let's just get some light in here. You'll be able to see that a bit better. So yeah, unfortunately it won't run. I've played around with it. I think the biggest problem is there's still slight dirt and rust on the part of this escapement arrangement here, and I don't think that it's causing a very, because it's not smooth. It's it gets caught, it doesn't run. Also, the pivot wheels, the whatever you'd like to call it, are slightly bent, so as it turns, it's getting tighter on here and just throws everything out. The balance wheel itself is probably about as loose as I can get it without it falling out. Good news is this whole brass sort of arrangement here, it does actually come out, so this would be quite easily to be replaced. The rest of the gear train runs extremely well, and in fact it's a little bit of a safety tip, I guess you could call it, is when you do take one of these to bits, is to actually unscrew this from here and here, and actually pull this out. And what this would do is, if everything is loose enough in there, it will run the spring reserve down. So yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. However, I do believe a new sort of escapement arrangement, if they can be bought, I don't know, this will probably run. There is a deruster sort of thing at work, so I might give that a try, just dip it in, and go from there really, and see if we can get this thing running. It's absolutely covered in WD-40 at the moment, which I suppose is a good thing. So yeah, I'll have to see what happens. So there's a bit of an update. Apologies for the last video, that was a bit of a quiet one from me, concentrating on what I was doing, trying to get the cogs in and getting this thing back together. So that's where we are. Got a little tray of cogs and things here. This strange one here looking, this actually acts upon this lever here, and what this does, as it rotates, it pushes against this, and what it does is it winds this wheel up, so the actual time switch itself is purely clockwork driven, and the motor is there purely to keep the spring reserve wound up all the time. So if you even get a power cut, there's no time or anything for the clock to start up. So there we have it. Just got these few bits here that I need to put in, and a couple behind this jar here, and there we have it. So I'll try and get an update as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.